Hey, third grade. I'm back with another second step lesson, and it is our last lesson of managing emotions or emotion management. And today we're talking about managing hurt feelings. Okay, so last time you learned about managing anger, and this week we're going to talk about managing hurt feelings. Okay, so here's our calm down poster. We're going to do a little bit of a review on this. So remember, it's really important to learn how to calm down. We stop, name our feeling, and we calm down. We can breathe, we can count, and we can use positive self-talk. That's really important because feelings can be super, super big. Okay, so now we're going to play a game called Jump to Conclusions. I'm going to read the rules first, and then we're going to watch a group of kiddos play the game, and then you can decide, or your class can decide, if you want to pause and play it. Okay, so this brain builder is called Jump to Conclusions, and you can stand in a line, and the students can all be facing the teacher, and you can draw an imaginary line in front of the students. And then you're going to point to the other side of the line and tell students that the area is called conclusions. And then we're going to explain the steps and practice them slowly. And you're going to use your skills for learning. So remember, being assertive, we use self-talk, our eyes are watching, and we're listening. Okay, so we're going to read a What Am I riddle from the list, and the list is on the next slide. And then you can whisper your guess to your neighbor, and then you can call on a couple students, and the students can answer. And then the ones who guess correctly can sit down, and then the ones who guessed incorrectly have to jump to conclusions. Okay, so these are the riddles. It says, what am I? I'm brown and red. What am I? And then obviously the answer's right here. So I'm a big and blue. What am I? Ocean. I'm rectangular and white. What am I? Bed sheet. So those are just examples. That's why the answers are there. So your teacher can pause, or a leader can pause, and you can make up things. Okay, so I'm going to actually show you guys real quick the video.
Let's play a brain builder called Jump to Conclusions. And you're going to have to use the skills of focusing your attention and listening, okay? So the way this works is that I'm going to ask you a riddle, and you're going to whisper the answer to the riddle to your neighbor on the side of you, and then I'm going to call on a few of you to give an answer. And if you answered correctly, then you can sit down. And if you didn't answer correctly, that's called jumping to conclusions. So you're going to jump onto the carpet. Okay? Does everybody understand?
Yeah.
Ready to play? Okay, let's do one. Here's the riddle. I'm big and blue. What am I? Okay, does everybody have an answer in their head?
Yeah.
All right, so, okay, Paul, what was your answer?
Is it Jupiter?
Maybe. All right. Tanisha, did you have one?
I think it's like one of those big exercising ball that is like blue.
Okay. Ginny, what do you think it is?
I think it's the ocean.
You think it's the ocean. Okay. And Tiffany, what do you think it is?
And I think it's the sky.
All right. And Cody, go ahead.
A blue whale.
Okay. The answer is the ocean. So who guessed right gets to sit down, and those of you who didn't have to jump to conclusions. All right. Okay, let's play another round. I'm rectangular and white. What am I? Tell your partner. Okay, is everybody ready with an answer?
Yeah.
All right, Cody, what's your answer?
A big white box.
Perhaps. Tanisha?
I think it's, wait, did you say big in the question?
I said I'm rectangular and white.
I think it's a white brick, a painted white brick.
Okay. Paul, what did you think it was?
I thought it was one of those doors that's rectangular with red, white bricks in them.
Okay. So the answer is a bed sheet. So who got it right? Anyone? Okay, then everybody jump to conclusions. All right. So many of you in this particular game guessed the wrong answer to some of the riddles, so you jumped to conclusions. Jumping to conclusions means deciding something without having enough information. I didn't give you very much information.
No.
No, so, all right, very good.
Okay, guys. So that's how you play the game. And then this is what she said at the end. She said, many of you guessed the wrong answer to the riddles, so you jump to conclusions. Jumping to conclusion means deciding something without having enough information. And then we are going to actually move on because we're not going to show the lesson card from last time. Okay, so here is the picture for this lesson. Okay. This is Naomi, and this is actually Naomi and her best friend Ava. They plan to play hopscotch at recess. It looks like Ava is going to recess with some other girls. How does Naomi feel? This is Naomi right here. And this is Ava. How does Naomi feel? What do you guys think? Can you tell a partner how you think that she might feel? I'm going to give you about 10 seconds to tell a partner. So she's upset, hurt, surprised, and you can tell because her mouth is open, her eyebrows are kind of upset, and also the situation, right? So point to places on your body where you think Naomi is feeling her strong feelings. What do you think? I think instead of pointing to my body, I'm going to point like she's probably feeling like confused right here. Her ears might be hot. Sometimes when I get angry, my ears or my face gets warm. Her stomach might hurt a little bit. So Naomi's hurt feelings are very strong, and she feels like running after Ava and telling her how mean she is. Listen to her negative self-talk. I can't believe she ran off with those other girls. I thought we were friends. Well, she's not my friend anymore. How can Naomi calm down so she can manage her feelings and think clearly? Let's see what Naomi can do. Remember, like the calm it down poster, she can stop, name her feeling, and calm down. The most important thing, guys, to remember when you're trying to calm down is that our feelings can spiral. And they can make us really angry if we don't know how to stop them. So she needs to say, stop. I'm angry right now. I'm going to take a deep breath. So she needs to calm down, and she uses self-talk to stop and name her feelings. She says, okay, relax. I'm feeling hurt and upset. Then she does some belly breathing to calm down. Okay, remember? Belly breathing, we can do lots of different things, but there's lots of different ways to breathe. But the most important thing is that you breathe slow. So we're going to take a big deep breath. Ready? Okay. So Naomi feels calmer, so she decides to go to recess, walk around, and think about what to do. So let's think about what Naomi can do to feel better. She can talk to Ava, she can find out more information, or she can even play with someone else. So Naomi decides to look for Ava and ask what happened. When she doesn't find her, she realizes she may have jumped to conclusions. She thinks of other explanations. Maybe Ava had to leave school, or maybe she was sick and she went to the nurse's office. Think of another explanation for what happened to Ava. Turn and tell your partner your ideas. What could be another thing? What do you think that she might be doing? Can you turn and tell your partner? I'll give you guys a couple seconds to do that. So maybe she went to the library, maybe she's doing a test, maybe she's helping the teacher. So I'm going to tell you guys that jumping to conclusions or thinking, which means thinking about another reason somebody could be doing something that's mostly negative, can really hurt people's feelings because you're making assumptions. And so, like, I actually had a student in my office yesterday, and she's not in third grade, but I had her in my office yesterday, and she was like, you said you were going to come get me, but you didn't. And she jumped to conclusions that I forgot about her, but actually I had an emergency, because lots of emergencies happen with counseling, and a student was in danger, and I had to focus on the student that was in danger, and it was a major emergency. But she jumped to a conclusion that I break promises and I didn't see her, and we had to talk it out. So just know that you don't want people jumping to conclusions about you, and I don't want people to jump to conclusions about me, right? So it's a really great thing to remember not to do that. We want to give people what's called the benefit of the doubt, which means, like, we want to give them a chance that maybe something really did happen. Maybe they didn't mean to do that. They're not doing it on purpose, right? So after lunch, Naomi assertively asks Ava what happened at recess. She explains that her feelings were hurt when she thought she saw Ava going out to recess with the other girls. Ava explains that she went to the dentist. She was almost late, so she had to run out of the classroom. She didn't have time to tell Naomi. Ava apologizes to Naomi, and they make plans to play hopscotch during afternoon recess. See how much better that went? That went so much better because they talked about it, rather than being like, hey, you left at recess, or you called me this name. We don't want to make assumptions. We want to actually ask the person and explain our feelings in a calm way. Okay? So now we're going to practice some skills about thinking. I'm going to put me right here. Now you're going to practice thinking of different, more positive explanations for why something happens. This can help you avoid jumping to conclusions. So we're going to read the scenario, and we're going to read why you think it happened and think again and write another explanation, or we're just going to think about it. Okay? So, scenario. Your teacher asks you to go to the office. Oh no, you're in trouble. Actually, think again. There's a phone call from your mom. Okay? Your best friend is playing alone at recess. He's mad at you. You've done something wrong. Let's think again. What's another explanation? So, what's another explanation? Why don't you turn and talk to your neighbor? What's another explanation of what could have happened? What could have happened? What do you think? Let's think about it for a second. You can turn and talk to your neighbor about what you think could have happened if your friend was playing alone at recess. So I'm thinking that your best friend might be sad. They might be just wanting to be alone because they don't want to talk about what's going on with them. They may just be waiting for someone to come up to them and see if they want to play. There's lots of different reasons why, but it's most important to ask. Okay, here's some more scenarios. Your seat neighbor is looking at your desk. She's snooping, or worse, she's going to take something. No. They might be looking at your desk because they might notice, hey, you're missing a paper or an assignment, and they want to make sure you have it. They're looking at your desk because they think you have a really cool pencil, you know. Okay, here's another one. You can't find the new jump rope you brought to school. Someone took it out of your backpack. See how a lot of those are accusatory? Let's think about what we would want someone to think about us in that moment. So you can't find your new jump rope you brought to school. Excuse me. Maybe you forgot it. Maybe it's at home still. Maybe it fell out of your backpack. So there's lots of different conclusions to this, but we just want to make sure we don't jump to conclusions and assume things that aren't true. All right, so let's review what we've learned today. Today you learned that calming down hurt feelings helps you avoid jumping to conclusions. Can you think clearly when you're feeling strong feelings? No. You might guess wrong about what happened. Once you calm down, you can focus on thinking of other explanations and getting the right information. Then you won't jump to conclusions. All right, guys, that is the end of our lesson today, and I will see you again next time.